Shout out to the chosen vessels, the Galactic family, the GCVs, and Drew Nation. Everybody, hit the like button, hit the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. Your circumstances are only showing your past beliefs about yourself pushed out of your own mind. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. You know, the things that you go through, the things that you are experiencing are only your past beliefs about yourself. Why do you always hear me reference having a right belief about yourself and saying that's the greatest sin? It is. Having the wrong belief about yourself is the ultimate sin, because it creates your future circumstances. That's why people who want to change something about themselves may be unable to do it right away, or when they want to, or they may have so many failures before they actually come across the change. You are the source of all abundance. Put that in the comment section right now. I am the source of all abundance. You are the source of all abundance. The things that you are experiencing are based off of your own belief about yourself and how you feel about yourself. There are certain things we've heard, certain things we've been told. But the thing is, even if a person is told something, I was told this, I was told that, well, you may not have believed it. People can tell you whatever they want, but the person has to be a strong enough figure in your life for the curse to take place. You could have an auntie so-and-so. You could have a this person in your life. You could have a that person in your life, and they could be telling you, you ain't gonna be this, that, the third, and everything under the sun. But if you don't respect that person, and if there's no fear of that person, like if you're a child and if it's your parent, and you have, like, you know, you see them as your God, you're not going to entertain what this person says. It's just gonna, it's literally, not only is it gonna go in one ear out the other, you're gonna think it's comical. You're gonna be laughing at this person like, man, this idiot, they don't know who the hell they're talking to. I'm not going to be that. I'm going to be something. And even, I mean, depending on the person's mind, the person may have had a strong enough mind. Their mind may have been, they may have had the strongest mind. Congratulations. All right. If that's your mind, hey, you're blessed. You're truly blessed. Some people may not have had it like that. Some people may have believed what the person said. Someone may have been young enough or impressionable enough, or maybe that's just what they had to go through. But there are some people who unfortunately make the mistake, or can't even call it a mistake because of how young you are, how impressionable you are. It's not your fault. But there are some people who take for face value what people say about them. You're told that you're going to be homeless, or you're told that you won't get anywhere with certain things, or you're told negative things, or there are certain ways you're made to feel about yourself which make you believe that you're not worth much, or you're not worthy of much. There are forms and ways that people can relay that message to you without actually even saying it sometimes. Some people, they can suggest it to you subliminally. They can suggest it to you in other ways. And it's no excuses, because you can overcome whatever it is you go through. But let's not act like some people don't have to overcome some of the mental things that they've gone through at the hand of others, at the care or lack of care in a specific area, possibly even worse, of others. All right, maybe a toxic situation, if you will. So let's not act like there aren't situations where people have to overcome things mentally because they were told something about themselves and they believed it. And then who knows how a person's mind is made up. Everybody's mind is made up different. Maybe a person's mind is made up to where it's not going to believe certain things. Maybe a person's mind is made up to where it does believe certain things. But either way, not being a victim in the situation, because you don't have to be and never will be, because you are, number one, you are the source of all abundance, and number two, your circumstances are only showing you your past beliefs about yourself. Some way, somehow, you ended up believing the wrong thing about yourself. You're not here to blame anybody else. It is what it is. People say certain things. If you believed it, then did they have a hand in it or did they not? Is that what they did or is that not what they did? So, like I said, not making excuses, because it's your mind. You're of a sound mind. You're able to think your way out of a situation. If you thought your way into believing them, you could think your way out of not believing them. Some people are so influential in a person's life to where the person trusts them. The person puts their faith in them. The person pretty much views them as the next thing to God. So when that person says certain things to them, it is harmful. It is hurtful. It is discouraging. And it can cause you to not believe in yourself and not feel that you are worthy or you are the one who can go do something. If you hear something enough times from people who you value, people who you hold to high esteem, it can have a damaging effect on a person's mind. Let's not act like that. So for all the people who, all the people who were able to evade that, and they were headstrong enough to get through that, kudos to you and congratulations to you. Much love to you. Respect. But for those people who have to overcome those things, I still believe it's a level of respect for them too. If they're able to fight through that, and not that they need it from anybody else, but they'll end up respecting themselves in a whole different light and in a whole different way, because they know what they had to overcome. They know what they had to go through, the things that they were made to believe about themselves that they had to destroy. They had to overpower negative thoughts that other people tried to program them with. Some people are beat down to the point to where all they do is take in what others say about them and believe negative things that are said about them. They have to work their way out of that. This is life. This is the world. Everybody's different. There are some people who have to deal with this and some people that don't. The people who have to deal with it aren't any less stronger or not any less better. They just had some things in life that they had to overcome. And what's wrong with that? Especially if you didn't stay defeated and believe what the person said for the rest of your whole life. It's different when you're younger and you're impressionable and you got the wool pulled over your eyes and you don't know any better. But those thoughts or those feelings don't go anywhere. You have to take time and you gotta work that out of your mind, so that way you won't continue to feel that way about yourself and you'll have the right idea about yourself. Because there are people who think they can't do certain things, whether it's due to their own thinking or somebody else's thinking. There are some of us who are very talented and very skilled, and unfortunately didn't know any better, went to others with our talents and skills, and it wasn't met with a congratulatory spirit. It was met with the spirit of discouragement. So what does that do? Especially if the person doesn't know any better, to not go back to them. There are some people who aren't aware that there are people that don't care. There are people that want to see people win and succeed and think everybody else is like that, but they tend to have to find out on their own that's just not the way things go. So for the people that think that way, they're not going to view things the way a person who didn't think that way wouldn't. So once they figure out that, hey, everybody's not like this, I got to keep things to myself. I got to not tell people certain things. I have to not let people know I'm into this or I do this, because they'll try to discourage me or put me down or make me think I'm not good enough or try to force me to not believe in myself. Let's not act like that's not a thing, because that's real as real can get. There are people out here discouraging people and trying to tell them that you can't be what you want every day for free. For the free, you got people putting people down out here for the free 99. I'll discourage you from using your mind. And the sad part is, the people that do that don't have it in them to want to put in the time or the work, because they feel it's too much. They don't know how to accept the responsibility of wanting to go after something larger than life. So what they'll do is they'll discourage you, they'll put you down and make you think you can't do it when you actually have a standing chance. They just don't want you to feel that way or think that way. But it takes a person with a strong enough mind to be able to fight through that and not give up in the first place. And even if you are going through something, if you're not giving up and you're still fighting, then what they said didn't make a difference anyway, because you're still going after what you want. You may not be there yet, you may be working towards it or for sure on your way, but you still have a chance. You still believe in yourself. You're not giving up. So what they said, you still may be working through it or fighting through it, but I mean, you still really don't believe it anyway. People can say what they want. It doesn't have the power to stop you unless you let it. But there are some people, like I said, that don't know any better, or they value what the person said. They don't know to discredit what they're saying. Oh man, they don't know what they're talking about. Let me not listen to them. Some people don't know that. Some people listen to what those people say, and it takes years off of their skill. There are some people who have been programmed to need the validation of other people, and not only have you been programmed to need the validation of other people, you've been programmed to need something that you're never going to get. So it's just a constant circle and a constant cycle of you fighting for something that is never going to be given to you. So a whole good amount of time of that will break a person's self-esteem down and make that person think that no one likes them. It'll make that person think that they suck. It'll make that person think that they're not good at anything when everybody else is the best at everything. That will destroy a person. And whoever would outright have the audacity to do that to a person, you're very wrong for that. And you need some soul searching, and you need some healing if that's how you would treat another person, especially if they're close to you. I mean, how harsh can you be? How hard on a person can you be? Mm-mm-mm. So you have to change the way you feel about yourself so that way you can have a different reality. There have been pictures painted for some of us that will never accomplish anything, and unfortunately we may have believed them. We may have not seen a way out. We may have not believed in ourselves yet. There may have been too much negativity surrounding us. We may have not had any positive idea about ourselves. There are people who are told all types of things, but due to their environment, due to their experiences, due to how they grow up, due to if they have a life or not, then it's easier for them to evade these types of things, because if it's not coming from your parents, if it's not coming from the people that raised you, or if it's not coming from a person that you've known your whole life, like if you've been raised by someone like this your whole life, or if you've known this person, this is a relative or a family member, a brother or sister, or somebody that you've been related to your whole life, then the damages are probably going to be more severe. But if this is just someone that you haven't known for a long time, or just random people that are just telling you something, you're not going to believe what they say, because number one, you're probably not obeying anything they say anyway. They probably tell you to do stuff and you're probably not listening to them anyway. People who you don't respect, you're not gonna respect their authority when they tell you what to do, or you're not gonna listen to them, period. If you're not listening to what someone tells you to do, you damn sure not gonna listen to what they tell you about yourself. But if somebody is in full control mode and they got do this, do that, and you're doing it, and you know they're in control of you, and they're also they also have enough power over you to have control over how you feel about yourself. Yeah, there are situations where people are brought up in situations where people have control over how you feel about yourself. And most people who raise you up know that they have a helping hand in your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself. But there are some people that don't want to be outdone. There are some people who don't want you to do better than them or more than them, and it's all competition, and they have to have a better life than you. So what that does is it causes them to bird feed you. It causes them to not give you everything you need to know. It causes them to Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde you. I help you. I love you. I take care of you. What's the issue? The issue is there's some type of neglect that you fail to respect. And it's okay, but you'll just have to go your separate way, because you cannot continue to put yourself in a situation to where you're looking for something that's not there, especially when you don't even need anything from them in the first place. But there are situations like that where they'll make you need them. That's called codependency, fear of abandonment, trauma bond. And some of those situations create a lack of self-esteem, if you even still have one left. Situations like that will decimate and desecrate and destroy a person's self-esteem. You'll be lucky if you're even still alive. You'll be lucky if you can pick yourself up after things like that. So when it comes to you getting over things like that, and getting through things like that, it takes a toll on how you feel about yourself. So when you have the wrong idea about yourself, or if you don't believe in yourself, then you're only going to continue to get what you deserve. Say if somebody tells you, because you don't do what they say, that you're not going to be anything in life, and because of who this person is to you, you believe them. So when you go to do things, if you have that idea about yourself that you're not going to be anything, then things may not work out for you as well as other people, especially if you believe in what this person said, because if you believe in what they said, it's not going to allow you to believe in yourself. So you may be thinking that you're only able to accomplish things so far or so much based off of what they said because of what you're doing. You have to change the way you feel about what you're doing and not believe what other people said to you about what you want to do. Just because they don't understand it, just because they don't want you to do it, just because it's not something they would want you to do when they want to have control over your life and they told you you wouldn't be successful at it, or they weren't supportive of it, or they tried to make you feel like you couldn't do it, or they tried to make you feel bad or guilt trip you because you didn't do what they wanted. So they tried to make you think that you were going to fail. These are things that prevent a person from having the right self-esteem or courage, man. And it takes a lot of that to make a person feel that they could be successful. When you hear successful stories of people, they always had some, I mean, not always, but the people who were successful that had people in their corner that made them feel that they could do certain things, they had a better idea about themselves. They still had to overcome things, but they still had a better idea about themselves. So it's no excuses. You still have to overcome things. But what I want you to realize is your idea about yourself may have to change. I'm not bringing these things up to blame anyone, but what I am saying is you may have to do some serious work on yourself, because if what someone said to you is so strong that you believed in it, depending on who it was, because of who it was, and the amount of esteem that they held over you, or you know, the way you viewed this person, they're gonna run this shower. I figured that out. They're gonna run this shower, I guess because I'm making my videos, or they're it's like it's something that people do to you, to targeted individuals. When you live next to them, they'll turn the water on and off. So it's like they'll do this as soon as I walk in the room. They'll turn the water on. As soon as I get up out my bed in the morning, they'll turn the water on. Things like that. But I've just been ignoring it and focusing on my peace. So excuse that for this part of the video. I'm going to continue the video now, but just try to ignore that. You know, can't control people, but you can control yourself. So it is what it is as far as that goes. But your circumstances are only showing your past beliefs. If you believe you have to stay in a situation, like you may believe because of what someone said, this is all you can do, or this is all you're going to have. That's the only reason why I'm bringing that up. And for the people that didn't believe in that, good for you. All right, but for the people who believed, if you believe something about yourself, that's what you're going to have. The people who didn't end up in that situation, why did they not end up in it? Because they didn't believe that about themselves. I always thought that was their thinking. They had that thinking. It may take some other people a little bit longer to get to that thinking. Call it what you want. But as long as you get there, it's nobody else's concern or nobody else's business, or nobody else really can have anything to say about that. But, you know, everybody's different, and that's that. Everybody's different. Everybody figures things out at different times. But there are some people, due to their upbringing and due to who told them what, or how they felt about certain people, or how much love they had for people, or how much high they held people, when people will tell you something or make you feel a certain way about yourself, it hits a little bit harder than just a random person that you don't really respect or have any admiration towards them or have any type of feeling towards them. This is just someone that you know that's telling you what to do, and you don't even respect them, what they tell you to do. So if you don't respect what they tell you to do, the person's not gonna respect what they tell you to say. I mean, what they say to you. So it's about who you respected. You know, certain people were supposed to program you for better, but certain people, if you don't do what they want you to do, they make you feel like you're not going to be able to be successful. And if you think that and believe that, then you're going to end up not being successful in life or in the area that you want to be successful in. You may have the wrong idea about yourself. You may think that, oh, this is all I can afford. Oh, this is all I can do. Oh, this is all I'll have. Oh, this is all I'll ever get. No, you're worth more. So once you begin to change your idea about yourself, once you break down the mindset that people tried to give you, or maybe you stop having a victim mindset. No disrespect to anyone. I don't see any victims over here, but if anybody's dealing with a victim mindset, let that go. You don't have to blame anyone. You don't have to fault anyone. All you have to do from here on out is to work on your mind and change how you feel about yourself, because if you want your circumstances to change, your belief about yourself has to change. All right, because the things that you're experiencing are the things that you see and feel about yourself. So this is an exercise, right? When you look in the mirror and you look at yourself, what do you see? Do you see a rich person? Do you see a successful person? Do you see a blessed person? Do you see someone who's blessed and highly favored? Do you see someone who can get what they want, have what they want? Or do you see a failure? Do you see someone who's not going to get what they want? Do you see someone who's always going to have to work a job? Or do you see someone who can't keep a job? Or do you see what do you see? Do you see positive or do you see negative when you look at yourself in the mirror? And that right there, when you look at yourself, what do you feel? When you work on that and clear that up, I guarantee you will shift and things will begin to change and your life will be different. You'll be able to forgive people. You'll be able to let things go. You won't be hurt. You won't be feeling sad. You won't be feeling depressed. You won't be feeling negative. You won't still be feeling like a victim. You won't still be feeling bad for yourself or anything like that. You'll be able to get over all of that. Because once you, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the flyest of them all? You have to, you can, this is an exercise that I want you to do, especially for this video. All right, those who watch this, I'm not sure how it's going to do, but those who watch this video, you're really going to be on it. Your circumstances are only showing you your past beliefs. If you begin to change your belief about yourself and you begin to think that you're the successful, rich, prosperous, happy, joyful, successful person that can do whatever they want, be whatever they want, have whatever they want, materials and things have to respond to that. Everything has to change to that. If you stop assuming negative things based off of your past beliefs and your past experiences, and you start to assume the opposite, you start to think the opposite. Sometimes when you see people, you get around people, you start to think the worst things. Don't do that. Think positive things. Don't assume that. That's you doing that to your own mind. So in order for you to change that, in order for you to change your thinking, and in order for you to rewire your mind, to reprogram your mind from the negative thinking you may have been programmed with, you're going to have to start to change your assumptions. You're going to have to assume different. You're going to have to do these practices where you look at yourself in the mirror and you work on how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself. If you look in the mirror and you start to see yourself differently, you look in that mirror and you see yourself different, your life will change. And we're going to do a whole video on that too. Yep, it's magic, baby. This is the Matrix. Every time in movies, why you think they show mirrors like that the way they do? I'm dropping some serious game in this video. Send a Cash App donation. All right, send a PayPal donation. I just changed your life. You can use that and hit the lottery if you want to. Everybody's getting rich after this video. If you're not, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's gonna be successful after this video. Everybody got a mirror after this video. Go look in the mirror. Man in the mirror, make a change. I didn't even know that man in the mirror part was coming. We got that. You got that Michael Jackson. Man in the mirror, make a change. I'll see y'all in the next video. All right. God bless you. I hope this video blesses you. I know it will. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, if you support my channel, and I know you do, send a donation, y'all. Peace.